Hi, this is Parthiban and I am the maintainer of this Penguin Text blog. Right now, I am going to show you the screen recording session on the quick Linux CLI tips, which is posted on 13th August. So, to start with the tips which is mentioned for the control key and the beauty of control key, the first tip here is moving across the position of the cursor. So, here you see control plus side arrows and control plus A and E option to move across the position of the key. So I have a console which is of my Beaglebone black, and here I type to access the path. So in this path you see home Debian and just trying to list it out here. So to move to the beginning position, as I mentioned in the blog, here I can press Ctrl A instead of navigating using the side arrows. So when I press Ctrl A, I just directly move into the first position in the cursor. So when I press Ctrl E, so I move into the end position. That is all the shortcut I put to move across. So this option Ctrl plus side arrows can be is a platform independent option where it can be used both in Windows as well as in Linux sites. So to show you the example here, I just opened a Notepad++ document here. So this is a very long line. So to move across, we used to navigate by means of mouse or by the side arrow in the keyboard. So instead of moving character by character, I just holding by control key before pressing the side arrows. So I just hold the control key here. So I can navigate by means of words instead of character by character. This is again another way of moving fast across these words. As I mentioned earlier, this is the way to work with both in Windows as well as in Linux. This is a platform independent way of moving across. So the next tip is searching for the last run commands. Usually in Linux consoles, we used to press up arrows and down arrows to move across the commands which is last run. So this might be very weird when we run a command list of some 23rd command if you want to recall the 23rd command which is last run. So that would be very difficult here. So for that there is an option in the command line is history command. So this is a built-in command where we can grep for the last run ls command by this. So it will list all the ls command which is listed run in my console. So this is the way I can grep for the command and move across those commands. So instead of going by means of history command, I can just use exclamation in this way, like instead of going just copying this command and then pasting it in the console and to rerun the same command, so I can just give exclamation 107 here. So the number 107 is the command number which I have run for this one. So if I run 107 exclamation followed by 107, so it will rerun the same command. You can see here, so the command is rerun. So other best option to recall the commands. So in this case there are lots of ls commands which I have run in my console. So out of which I just want to make sure my command to be unique. So to make unique, I just have a command line unique specified after the command followed by the hash. In bash or any shell prompt, the content followed by the hash statement is basically a commands. So this commands can be recalled directly. So if I want to recall this command, I can just give history followed by grep into unique. So I directly obtain the command which I have run, that is 108th command. So this is the best way again to select the command which is last run. So other best option is Control R, where this option will be only available in list consoles like distributions like Ubuntu and so. So when I say Control R, it will go for a reverse search. When I type ls, it will automatically autofill the command which I run lastly with ls command. So this will list the command. This is another option to do with. So either when this control R is not available and you don't want to go with the history command, there is another best option to go with, that is like running with exclamation and getting the commands directly. So to show you an example here, this is the command which I have run. This is ls. So in my history I see no hub command. So I just want to go back to the command. So exclamation no followed by :p. This is for previewing it. In this case the command never run. So here this will review, that is like preview the previous run no hub command. When I just press up arrow, it will show up the command and I can run this command. So this is like previewing the command. So if you are confident enough to run the command directly without previewing it, you just directly go and give exclamation no. That is like a string startup for this command. So this will directly run the command. So the next step is cleaning up of the consoles. That is like usually when I write something about home and Debian and followed by something. So and I want to delete this last statement. So usually we can do this by means of pressing backspace for each and every character here. So instead of deleting each and every character step by step, I have a best way to do with control command. So here control plus W will delete a word. So when I press control plus W, it will be deleting this up to the space as a delimiter. So when I press control W, it is lost. So similarly, I can delete the whole line which I have typed. That is like undoing the whole line by means of control U. So whatever the thing which I have typed here will be completely cleaned up by means of control. So this is copy paste. So this is a usual operation which we will do across in any distributions like Linux or Windows or any operating system. We will be doing a copy paste across to copy our content. So for this we are familiar with control C and control V for copy paste. There is again another best option to copying in the console. So to show you the example, home again Debian. So here I don't have an option of right clicking here. So in this case I just want to copy it. So in this case what I will do is I will just press control followed by insert key in the keyboard. So in this case I just pressed control insert now and I just gave control U to clean up. I just want to place that content which I have copied in my clipboard. So I press shift insert, so it will directly paste it. So similar to the command which I have shown about unique across control plus side arrows, which is platform independent, and this is also a platform independent command, that is control insert and shift insert is a platform independent command. To show you the example here, I just select few words here and instead of giving control C, I just give a control insert and then enter few lines and I give shift insert. It just directly copied the line content which I have copied in the clipboard. So this is another way of copying across. So apart from this, so we have other suspending and resuming that commands. So people are often confused with the suspending jobs and resuming back the jobs using control operations in console. So that's how the tips works. So here control Z is the option to suspend the current running job in the console. So to make it clear here, I run a top command. This will list all the process which is this is like a process listing similar to a task manager in Linux. So here when I press Ctrl Z, this job is stopped. You can see the option selected here is the job is stopped, completely stopped, that is suspended. So if I want to resume this operation, so you can just give ps command to check whether the top command is running. Yes, there is a process for top command, but the process is not in a running state. To make it into a running state, I just give fg, that is like foreground, running in the foreground. So there is another alternative that is like running into background. So when I give fg, again this comes to my foreground. So again I press Ctrl Z, the process go to the stopped or suspended state. again I give bg. So this is like running the process in the background. The process is now in the running state, but it is running in the background. Again I can give fg to the same command. So the process again comes to the foreground. So now I quit the process by giving quit. Okay. The next thing is Control C. This is another beautiful operation in any console based Linux system. So here when I give top, so I can just give Control C to quit the process or stop the process at that instance itself. So this is the best option to stop a process. So to start with, here Control C will trigger a hint, that is an interrupt signal which will be triggered to stop the signal. Usually in any process this Control C will be handled internally to stop the process, or by default this signal will stop the process. Okay, the next step is no hub. So this is another useful command to run. So to show you the example here, I just have a C program here written. This C program is nothing but I have started a main inside which I have an infinite for loop and a return 0. This return 0 will never come into picture because it's an infinite for loop. So I have just compiled this code into a binary called loop, and I am going to run this loop. So if, as you see here, this particular loop program never returned because it has an infinite for loop. To stop this process I gave Control C now and it has stopped. So in case there are jobs in build systems like software building or in a very big project. So if you want to run the build process or the building of the software even after closing this console, there is an option to do that. So that is called no hub. So no hub followed by I give loop and I run the command in the background. So you see the process is running in the background. So to show you the process is not exited, I just want to show two things here. Process es grep loop. So you see the parent process ID is 1309. So this is basically the bash process which is in the current shell. So to show you the process loop is not exited even after closing the console, I just click on a new console, that is like duplicating this session. So I am running a Debian system here. So to show you that process loop is never exited, I just directly close the console here. Yes, I just want to close the segment here. So to show you the process is not exited, I just again grep for loop the process. So you see here the process is not exited and it is still in a running state. How this is done is the background begin init process and assigning the process back to the parent init. So that's how it works. So to run a process even after closing the console, you can use a command no hub. So once the process is done its job and it will exit automatically. So the next step is notification. Here this notification send is specific to Ubuntu systems and it is not specific. It might be available in any other distributions in name of some other command. But I am running with a Beaglebone Black and this is the target board where I don't have this command to be useful. So you can try this command in your Ubuntu console to show up the notification bar once the job is done. So this is for now. Thanks for watching. If you like this tutorial, please follow this blog at Pentwin Tux, where pgtux.wordpress.com. Thanks for watching.